Hey, welcome to Publishing 101 with Storylabs. So we're in your book and you can publish. So let's go to Publisher Features and you'll see this list. Scroll down to see all of it. And first thing we're going to do is just go right down the list. You will not have Create Book unless you upgrade to that so you can make as many books as you want. Copy this book is also an upgrade. That is so you can make multiple copies and different versions of it, such as a template book that you might have. So let's go here. Book details. This is the place where you can arrange your chapters and you can make sure chapter 1 is first. You can also, my husband made this book, so it looks a little bit goofy. So it's just going to be chapter 1. You can rename it here so it's uniform. Okay, so, and then let's call this book Demo. And let's upload a new book cover. This has to be a JPEG, so let's see if I have any around here. And I don't know what this is. Okay, well, we'll use this one. So you just put in your JPEG, and then you have your new book cover, and I just take a screenshot of something I made. Okay, so book title, book cover, names of chapters, and chapter order. That is in book details. So next thing is create a chapter, and you'll notice we need a chapter 4. So now we have our chapter 4, and we're going to move it back around so that it comes next. There we go. Now we're going to set our headings. You'll notice here we have chapter 1 that we have section 1, all of this stuff. Let's change it so it makes sense. Book details. Set headings. Okay, so this could be like read, practice, activities, test, and then more. You could have it be whatever you want, and you don't even need to use them. You could just have one, and they won't show up if there's nothing in there. So you'll see there's nothing in this one. Okay, so the next, that's where we set headings. These are these bars. Then we have upload an epub, and epubs, let's go to a chapter that's empty so you can see it working. An epub is just created from a Google Doc. So, and the reason you want an epub is because you can't select and copy text. So if you want to protect it for your copyright, or if you're doing language for translation. And also you can add audio. So you download and you click on epub right here, and then it will download your file. And you go and upload your epub. This is the protected one, can't be downloaded or copied, and you add audio. Let's put it in read. I usually call it read and listen so my students know. We put in our epub, and now you'll see you can't copy and paste this. And let's add, so each book can have a different variety of text to speech. So this book was designated Spanish. If it's designated English, you'll have different generated text-to-speech file right here. And if it's over 500 words, it probably won't work. So here we have.
De colores sol diers vol Laurens du.
So you don't like that, right? So we're going to record the colored soldiers way back a long time ago. And then you create your file and download it, and it has to be an MP3, and then you choose your audio file. So obviously you can do recordings or choose other ones if it goes with a song, and I actually need to refresh my screen to see the new audio. And when we're doing language, we usually have native speakers do it. So let's see. So now here is the colored soldiers. Okay, so that's the next feature. And then add a web link. This is where you can add in your Quizlet activities, and you just copy this URL right here. And what you're going to want to do, because it's embedded for these activities, you have to select one of them and then copy it. And then you'll paste it in, and you'll just call it matching game and put it under whatever heading you'd like. And now we have the matching game embedded in here. You can also do YouTube videos, of course. And I'm not quite sure what we're learning about, but let's do a yoga video and copy this. And let's call it practice. Now we have our yoga video. Now sometimes it's skiwampus, so this is just in case what I did didn't work. You copy this, and basically we've programmed it so that it will automatically add this embed, but there are different ways you can do it. So this is what we're going for. You just copy it and paste it. Sometimes this looks different. I'm not quite sure, but that's the workaround. Another thing you can add in is your ed puzzles, or this is Text-to-Date. You just copy the URL. So I'm going to copy that. And that's taken, if you're using Text-to-Date, from this upper right-hand corner. You have to make sure that it's shareable or public. It won't copy for private files, and that's when you save it. You can ignore that if you, let's see, add a web link. That's for another. Let me see, I don't remember if that was the million game. Okay, so basically embed, and what's happening here is you can see how much time students spent. So when they go on here, you can see they spent 5 minutes here, 6 minutes on this, read and listen. So it's all tracked, and they can put in their essays or answers to questions or write their own questions here, and the teachers can see it. Okay, so update web link. Let's say you don't remember what web link you used. Sometimes what I do is I'll copy this. This is so you have access to that web link. And I'll post it in the notes so that my students have access to this if they need to put it into something else. Because they might not know that you can copy it from here. But if you, let's see, where is it? Update web link. So what I would do is I just copied that. And I know that, I want to make this a gap fill. So I needed that link because I wanted to add a new activity with the same set. So you'll see that it's the same thing. Or you might substitute it for something else. So that's there, so you don't have to delete and upload a file. You want to rename the file. You could say, sometimes I label them with goals. It's beat your time. So at the end of this, there will be a little box that will show you how long it took you and how many you got wrong. So you want to give them mini goals, so you can rename your files. This is for the notes underneath. Let's see, goal is no errors. So that's just any information, like sometimes I'll say the password to this site is this. I'll embed a site and say your password is blah, blah, blah. To reorder files, let's say you want this in more, you don't want it in practice because that's just an extra activity, and the practice is actually reading and listening. So this is where you can move the files in between the sections. And marking teacher files means that only the teacher can see it. You'll notice that it went to blue, which means it's a teacher file. And the purpose of this is if you have an answer key, or if this is a game you're going to play in class, so you don't want them playing it on their own, so that you have a little bit of novelty. And then obviously this is delete file. And then like this crazy chapter right here, you can just delete the whole chapter. You guys have an X. My husband thinks he's funny and he put my memoji in there. So then we just deleted that file. So this is your publishing system. It's all up here, publisher features. And if you do want a variety of books to create or to copy it and share with your compadres or colleagues so they can customize it for what they want, then just let me know.